Ain't this what they've been waiting for? You ready? I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this, so I had to grind like that, to shine like this. In a matter of time I spent on some locked up shit in the back of the paddy wagon, cuffs locked on wrist. See my dreams unfold, nightmares come true. It was time to marry the game, and I said, yeah, I do. If you want it, you gotta see it with a clear eye view. Got shorty, she tryna bless me like I said I chew. Like a nigga sneeze, nigga please for them trick to squeeze, I'm getting cream. Never let them hoes get in between of what we started. Little nigga, but I'm lying hearted. They love me when I was stuck and they hated when I departed. I go and get it regardless. Draw like I'm an artist, no crawling, went straight to walking with foreigns in my garages. All foreign bitches menaging, fucking sucking and swallowing anything for $1. They tell me get him, I got him. I did it without an album. I did shit with Mariah. Little nigga, I'm on fire. Icy as a hockey ring, Philly nigga, I'm flyer. When I bought the Rolls Royce, they thought it was lease. Then I bought that new Ferrari, hey, to rest in peace. Hey, to rest in peace to the parking lot. Phantom so big, can't even fit in the parking spot. You ain't talking about my niggas, then what you talking about? Gangsters move in silence, nigga, and I don't talk a lot. I don't say a word. I don't say a word. Was on my grind and now I got what I deserve. Fuck nigga. Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished. When I bought the ass tomorrow, y'all thought it was rented. Flexing on these niggas, I'm like Papa on this spinach. Double M, yeah, that's my team. Rose, the captain, I'm lieutenant. I'm the type of cat that mean casting grind like I'm broke. That Lambo, my new bitch, she'll ride like my ghost. I'm riding around my city with my hands strapped on my toes. Cause these niggas want me dead, and I gotta make it back home. Cause my mama need that bill money, my son needs some milk. These niggas try to take my life, they fuck around, get killed. You fuck around, you fuck around, you fuck around, get smoked. Cause these Philly niggas,
Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to a new edition of Commissioner's Corner. Obviously, I am your commissioner, Jared Lewis, the commissioner of the people, the one true commissioner of this league, and it's good to be back. Oh, my camera's a little off right now. There we go. It's great to be back. So today we're going to go through standings from last week. We had a great week last week, a lot of good matchups. Everything super good in the league other than a couple of mutineers, but other than that, we're doing well. Just want to get it right out of the gate early. Chandler, direct call to you. You make that trade, I'm going to wreak havoc on your team and everything in its path. Both of the teams involved in that trade, if it goes through, aren't going to be dealt with severely. It's just a horrible trade. Even Ryan said it was a bad trade, and he hates me as a commissioner. So, yeah, that's what that's going to do. But let's take a look at these standings, people. All right, starting at the bottom. No surprise here. It's me. Huey Lewis in the news at 12. Points 4. 203. You don't like those numbers, but I'm still hopeful for this team. We've lost 3 in a row. Who's to say we can't win 3 in a row, right? This team is a proud team, okay? We're a proud team. And, you know, we're going to make a comeback. I promise you. This team will not go 0-12, and they will not come in last. There are plenty of opportunities for us left. We have a shot here. Next up, immediately after me in 11 is Nope Kobe Graham McInnes. Absolutely no shock here. We knew he was going to have a terrible year. 269 points for 363 points given up. And you compare that to me, I've only given up 280. McInnes' team is truly, in my opinion, the worst team in the league. I'm not being biased, saying that I'm a completely unbiased figurehead. I think McInnes' team is the fucking worst team in this league. They have no hope of going anywhere. At least my team has hope, right? McInnes doesn't interact with us. He doesn't really do anything. Nobody really wants him in this league. I don't even think he wants to be in this league, but that is a team that I see going absolutely nowhere. And look out for a last place finish from Nope Kobe. And we got Big Baller Brand at 10. I mean, they've given up 288, put up 270. It was a close margin, but, you know, still 1 and 2. Followed by Fire Goodell. I'm not going to lay into Connor yet. I'm going to save that for a little bit later, hopefully, either in the season or in this episode, depending on my temperament. So, yeah. Then we got Margot's Loin clocking in at number 8, 306 points for, 286 against. in the plus column of points differential. But again, this team's 1-2. I've been calling they were going to crumble since the draft. I've been calling it. I've said it a million times. Will is the fucking worst human being on the planet. If he was here right now, I'd shoot him. He's terrible. I don't want him to do anything but lose. I hope he comes in last his first year in the league. I hope his team completely collapses. Lamar looked terrible last week. I hope his team collapses and somehow I finish over top. I don't think it's going to happen, but look out for it. Let Mike Cameron go, clocking in at 361 points, 371 against. He has given up the single most points in the league, but has also put up the most points in the league with 361 after having a huge, nearly half the points he has right now are from last week. I mean, that was an explosion. Then we had I Fucked Your Mom. This starts out the 2-1 crown. I Fucked Your Mom, Keegan It Real, The Lake Show, and Pam was holding Jim back, all at 2-1. Pam was holding Jim back, gets a loss. They have not the best point differential, but close to it, with a 20 or 50 point over points for. The only person that's beating him is Chandler, because Chandler played me when I scored 30 points. So I'm sorry, Trey. It won't happen again. And then you've obviously got the two guys at the top, both former champions, part of my team, Luke's Belly Rolls at the top, 3-0. All right, now that we're done with standings, we got that all out of the way. We're going to go to this week's matchups. We got some week 4 matchups, and the Brownies are going down on to Texas, so I thought it'd be appropriate to put on my old cowboy hat. A little damaged from the Florida-UK game when I got absolutely shit-faced, drank about 2 4 Locos, jumped into a pool. Pretty brutal day, got really damaged, but that's character, and that's Dallas. So we're going to go to this week's Fantasy Cast, brought to you by Jack and Doe's Pizza. Better ingredients, not better pizza. Jack and Doe's, I think, is their motto. Then we got, so let's start off this week's matchups. Let Mike Cameron go versus I Fucked Your Mom. I Fucked Your Mom, 84 points projected. Let Mike Cameron go, 98 points projected. This is a battle of people I do not like. Cameron Frost and Joe Hennessy are on my shit list. I don't particularly care for Cameron Frost ever since the sport drink incident. He's got a weird hole in his penis. A lot of things to go unpack there. Then you got Joe Hennessy, who was intentionally trying to throw this season out the door a week ago. Tried to make the worst trade in the history of trade deals, and then goes up after the trade got reverted and puts up 160. You're welcome, Joe. Puts up 160, gets on the board with a win at 1-2. I'm going to take Joe and, oh, wait. Chris Carson, though. Who's he got backup running back? James Conner's not playing. Zach Moss, questionable. Burkhead, Carlos Hyde. Oh, God, this team's in trouble. But I'm still, if Chris Carson plays, I go with Joe. I lean towards Joe in this matchup. Again, I think we all know I Fucked Your Mom's team's a fraud. That's one thing Connor and I can agree on, is that Cam Frost is a fraud of an owner. And then we go to Luke's Belly Rolls versus Big Baller Brand. Not really a reason for me to even talk about this game. Chandler's team is going to roll over Elker like he was a Mississippi squirrel running underneath. I don't even know what. This is going to be a bad matchup. Big Baller Brand is the equivalent of when, you know that you get that suction noise when you take a fat shit and you flush the toilet and there's the suction. It's like a little whoop, right when the poop goes down the toilet. That's what I think when I hear Big Baller Brand Aaron Elker. This guy is a disgrace to this league. Other than at the draft, I'm talking purely from an ownership standpoint, he's a disgrace. At the draft, he's a great addition. I love having him in the league, but a fucking disgrace for management of a team. Josh Allen, great player though. And then you got Luke's Belly Rolls. I mean, Chandler, if you think we're going to let you make that trade, you're crazy. You're averaged 108 points compared to Big Baller Brand's 92. You're 3-0. You've got Russ, Dalvin, Tyreek Hill, Jared Cook, James Robinson, and Fat Randy Bullock, and you're trying to make these trades. And Jonathan Taylor, fucking, I'm not going to gift you 2 more top-tier players for you to get rid of all your shitty players. Oh, Darius Slayton, he's a good receiver sometimes. Will Fuller, I don't give a fuck. You're not getting the guys that you're getting. I will shut that trade down so fast. Those guys are not fantasy caliber #1 players. Those are 4th, 5th round draftees versus guys you're going to get who are top-tier point scorers. I'm not letting it happen. You're probably going to beat Elkert anyway and be 4-0. Be happy with your team and quit whining, okay? Keeping it real versus Nope Kobe. Again, I mean, I can't really see McInnes winning this. He's only projected to lose by 5, but I think he's like that every week just because he has Mahomes. This team is just, like, my team's bad, but this team, oh, God, makes me want to puke when I look at it. Mouth's getting a little dry. And like I said, keeping it real, back on the up at 2-1. Kyler's having a great year. Kenyon Drake, a lot of investment in that Arizona. You know, I just realized he's got a lot of birds on his team. He's got a lot of birds on that team. Watch out for that. Starting the Saints defense at Detroit, I don't like that. I think Detroit beats New Orleans this year. There's your gambling tip of the week. Detroit will beat the New Orleans Saints. But I'm going to take Keeks here. Again, I really just want No Kobe to lose, so maybe I get a win and he's in last. That'd be ideal. And then we got Margot's Loin versus Pam was holding Jim back. 2-1 versus 1-2. Projected both are about at 89. There's actually a point spread here in favor of Margot's Loin. But I've been saying it all year. Trey's team is my favorite team in the league. I think they're geared up for a title. I think Margot's Loin team's a bust. The Falcons, Todd Gurley sucks. Lamar Jackson really showed his true colors last week. He's going up against that Washington defense. We'll see what happens there. AJ Green not really doing much. Anthony Miller's on this come up. I've talked about this team 100 times. They're terrible. And Will sucks. He fucking sucks as a person. He sucks as an owner. He sucks in our fantasy group. He sucked at the draft. What has he done good for this league? Nothing. I'm not going to let him moderate a debate because he doesn't know how to put together coherent sentences because of how clinically inept he is. But I'm going to take Pam was holding Jim back in this one by about 40 points. And then you got the Lake Joe versus part of my team. The Commissioner's Corner star matchup of the week right here. Projected 106 to 103. This is a tough sell for me to make a decision. I'm going to pick Ryan. He's projected to win by 3 points. I'm going to take Ryan just because part of my team can't stay hot forever. They cannot stay hot forever. Camaro will stay hot. But Matt Ryan at Green Bay, Joe Mixon can do some damage against Jacksonville. Minnesota at Houston, that could be a potential big one for him. Diggs at Las Vegas, that's going to be a tough game. Gesicki's having a hell of a year, so that could be good. Robert Woods, does not anything notable, but they're going against the Giants. But I like Montgomery's team, especially with Devontae Adams back in the fold and Kittle back in the fold as well. Montgomery's team's projected 106. Like they said in the power rankings, Montgomery's team is geared up for a championship if he can keep his team healthy. Then we go to the matchup, the game. There are rivalries in sports. Michigan, Ohio State, Duke, North Carolina, Kentucky, Louisville. But nothing quite comes to the rivalry like Fire Goodell versus Hugh Lewis in the news. With all the current turmoil in the league, I'm talking directly to you here, Connor. I didn't know if you noticed, but the intro was directly tailored to you. I am going to win this game. I'm projected to lose by 24. One mistake Connor made in the power rankings was saying I was projected 79. I'm actually projected 80 points. Connor tells fake news. Connor's team's 1-2. He gives a lot of shit to my team, but his team's 1-2. They're in the bottom 4 of this league too. So I like my odds here. I think I'm going to win this game, get to 1-3, and from there, who knows what happens. Ryan is in favor of Connor becoming commissioner. Ryan is about 5 foot 8 inches tall. That's with shoes on, his Air Maxes. That's with his Air Maxes on. I can't trust somebody to back a commissioner who's only 5'8". I can't trust Ryan to back Connor because he's 5'8". Connor is a sellout. He doesn't put in power rankings on time. He spends your tax dollars probably buying dildos for Taylor rather than keeping them in the Venmo or in his bank account to pay out at the end of the year. God knows what he's doing with that money. And, it could be some really, really gruesome stuff. This guy's a sick fuck. And I'm speaking to you, Connor. I want you to put your money where your mouth is. I got $20 cash right here. You and me this week. My team versus your team. $20. Whoever wins gets the 20 and bragging rights for the rest of the year. Whoever loses lives in eternal shame for the rest of the year. I also want to say, Connor, I'm open for debate this offseason. If you think that you should be in any position to be commissioner, I don't think I'll have any problem putting you in a multitude of mental pretzels. Okay? We've seen your performances recently. Piss poor at the draft, piss poor in life. I hope you're doing better at PFF than you're doing in this league, because if not, I think Collinsworth's probably going to fire you in the next couple weeks. I guess, come to tell the truth, I haven't seen a lot of tweets from PFF recently, and that's an account that I follow. So I'm picking myself here, even though I'm projected to lose by 24. I believe in this team. Huey Lewis in the News gets to 1-3. $20 on the line. Fire Goodell. Push him aside. Push him aside. Okay? That's going to wrap it up for Commissioner's Corner this week. This is about a 16-minute episode, a little extra in there for you. Sorry for the long song in the beginning. I was trying to sting Price. Like I said, the combined height between Montgomery and Price is about 9 feet, and Montgomery only makes up for 3 of it. So let's have a great week. Love how everybody's been doing recently without the whining. But Chandler, if you say one more thing about that fucking trade in the group text, I'm going to lose my shit. And I consider you a close friend because of your support for Commissioner. But if you say one more thing, so help me God, I will wreak havoc on your life. That's going to do it for Commissioner's Corner. Commissioner Lewis signing out.